Welcome to St Ives School of Painting's How-To series. Short lessons taken from our longer online courses, designed to help you build confidence and skills in drawing and painting, one focused exercise at a time.
This is what we're going to do next. We're going to go through this process that Mondrian came up with after studying theosophy and thinking about this idea of essence and spirit of something. And what you can do is you can trace in Mondrian's sketchbooks. If you have a look, he does this, on one page he does this amazing drawing of a tree, a bit like the one in the top left-hand corner there. And he does this great drawing of a tree, and then on the next page, he simplifies that drawing of a tree. So you get something similar to the next image along. And then he takes that image and he simplifies that again and again and again. So what you get is, it's almost like these 8 images we've got here are actually over the course of Mondrian's career, but they sort of exemplify this idea of what he would call simplification to abstraction, where you take something realistic and then you simplify it and 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 simplify it until what you're trying to do is you're trying to condense it and simplify it until you can capture its essence. So this is the process that we're going to do with these drawings that we've got here. We're going to follow Mondrian's simplification to abstraction. So I've got my images. I've got my image, which is just here. It's my sort of butterfly above a sort of like simple sort of sun shape. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify that image. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take it down even further. So I'm going to do it across, let's say again, across like 3 squares or 3 rectangles. Make these roughly in the same proportion as like a piece of A3 or A4 paper, okay? So if you put them in the same sort of proportions as that, we're then going to, once we've got this to the end, we're going to use that as the starting point then for a painting, okay? So I'm going to go through this process twice. So I'm going to start off with, I'm going to show it you, and I'm going to go through this idea of simplification to abstraction. I'm then going to go through it again. So the first time you can watch me, and then the second time you can sort of join in with me, okay? So what I might do is, yeah, I'm going to start off with this as an image to start off with. So look, start off with just what you can see, okay? Don't try and invent anything, just start off with what you can see. So I'm going to initially start off with this as this is my sort of sun. I'm going to keep this as it is for this drawing. Hopefully you can all see that. Yeah, great. And then I'm going to simplify this butterfly. So, but I'm not going to try and make it look like a butterfly. We're trying to simplify it to abstraction. So I'm just going to work with the marks that I've got here. So the marks that I've got here, I'm just going to work with those to create this next image here. So what this becomes is going to become this. So I'm not adding anything in yet. I'm just sort of working with the marks I've got. Okay, so we can see that this one has become this one. So I've simplified it slightly. I've simplified the butterfly slightly, okay? So now I put this to one side, I turn it over. I then look at this as an image, and I'm going to simplify this. So I'm going to take this, again, it's my sort of half sun. I'm going to take out the middle bit, and I'm just going to leave that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with this. So this is going to become something else. It's going to start becoming something that isn't just what it was originally. Okay, so this one becomes this. I'm then going to put my hand over that so that I don't end up going back to the original image. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start extending this. I'm going to change this slightly for the final sort of thing. So I'm going to bring this up here. I'm going to extend this down. So I'm then going to include this here and this here. And I'm modifying and changing something so it looks good as a composition. That's what I'm sort of aiming for. I'm aiming for something that looks good as a composition. So now I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that and that. And then I'm going to work with this here, and I'm going to extend this to become this. So I'm basically looking at things and thinking, what looks good as a composition? What am I going to keep there? So this is going to end up being my final image. Okay, so I've gone from this, well, I've gone from this to this, from this to this, and from this to this. Okay, and that's going to be my final image there, that then is going to be the starting point for a painting that we're going to do in a second.
Want more tips, tricks and inspiration? Each of the short lessons are taken from one of our full courses in our extensive online library. We have over 100 courses available for you to watch on demand. Visit our website to find out more and hit subscribe for more creative inspiration.